What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TNC Reacts. Today is Tuesday Thoughts, and we're going to be talking about how fast time changes things. Now, what I mean by that is simply this. I always preach on this channel, you need to have plans. You need to have multiple ideas and things that you need to be executing because you never know what can happen. Prime example, say you got a job, working it, and then next thing you know, they tell you, oh, business needs, all of that. We're going to have to let you go. So, what do you do with that? Man, I don't even know. Like the real thing is usually when they do that, they try to offer you severance packages, severance pay. They tell you how long you got left before they let you go. So if you don't have a clear idea of what's the next step, you really need to start researching. I've been through this before. I've actually been let go from jobs because of business needs multiple times, and I can tell you it is exhausting. Only because it's like you have this plan, you have this flow that you're going with. And because something can change, then you're like, crap, what am I going to do? First thing is to not panic. You do not panic. Because once you start panicking, you start making some very bad decisions, very rash decisions, because you're like on turning yourself into survival mode. Now, if you get more than 2 weeks of a notice, hopefully you got some money saved up. But if you don't, still don't panic. Your goal is to find out if there are any other options available with said company, like if they're offering any other positions. May not be in that one, but can you work in a different one, like different department in the company, if you're said part of that, if it's a larger group. Another thing is to looking to sign up for courses, like looking for certification. How long will it take? Do you have enough to be able to sustain yourself to get to a 6 month to a year certification? Also, immediately start looking for other jobs. Try to find one in your field. If you got a field that you've been working forever, that means you've got experience. Start looking at other companies. It could be like if you're in travel, there are so many travel companies available. I get it. The idea of trying to deal with interviews, going through the process again could be kind of draining. But at the same time, you need to have that replacement available. Also, one of the biggest things is try to downsize on what you're spending your money on. If you like to smoke, you like to drink, this might be the time for you to quit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. That's just the reality of the beast because a lot of our expenses sometimes go into these little things that we don't know add up. So say if you like your cigarettes, well, guess what? You have to pause on your cigarettes. Man, what? I'm stressed out and I need to be smoking. Sorry, you need to save that money just in case you can't find that job immediately. The best thing I've ever heard is easier to find a job when you have one, which is true. I remember during the pandemic, I filled out like 80 applications, could not find a freaking job, and I had to go back to working for a pizza joint, and I hated every second of it. Then I got into Lyft and started doing that, and I was way better than what I was doing there. But not everybody wants to do ride shares. I can understand that 100%. So your goal is to try to look into fields that you're already working and hoping that you can find a position that's available. And I mean, it doesn't matter what field you are. I named travel as just one of them, but I'm telling you, there are so many different companies that you could probably go and look for that probably need more people. It's just because you've had your job for so long, you haven't actually been looking. But jump on Indeed, jumped on LinkedIn. There's so many different job sites that you can look at and hopefully find something that's suitable for what you need, and maybe it might even pay more, so that might even be a benefit as well. Also, do not get discouraged. Do not get discouraged. Don't quit and don't fall into depression, because all of these are self-sabotaging things, because you may not realize it, but when you become depressed, you start beating yourself down, or when you're depressed, you start becoming inactive. And one of the things is when you're about to lose your job and you right at that brink, you need to get active. The last thing you want to do is just slump down. You want to get active, because I am telling you, the last thing you want to do is sit still and really just, oh, woe is me. Take one day, just one. Sleep it off, wake up, and then get to it on the next day. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, you're going to regret it, because 2 weeks will fly by. Because I've seen a lot of companies that give you 2 weeks, or they'll just let you know you fired that day. Man, you better wallow off in it, drink if you got to, do whatever you got to do for that one day. But that next day you wake up, you better be focused and gun-ho, because the one thing you want is to not have a large gap in between the funds you were getting and to when you get your next one, because that next payment is going to be crucial for you to stay afloat. And I mean, just try to find odd jobs if you can until you find the actual job. Because I mean, trust me, there's a lot of places that are looking for jobs, looking for people to hire. It's just that we live in a day and age now where everything's digital, so you may want to check and update your resume if you can, because that'll help as well. Because if you just have that one job but it still looks kind of old and clunky, now they send a lot of their resumes through machines that look for keywords or buzzwords. You find somebody that that actually works in those departments, or you can go online and research what are the best words to use for resumes nowadays. Then that'll help you as well. I'm telling you, I mean, like I said, I've been through it. You know what I mean? I've even been alerted to it recently. So it's like, I had to start making adjustments, and I'm telling you, it becomes a battle. So, but the main thing is, don't panic, don't fall into depression, don't quit, don't give up. And I'm telling you, just put foot to gas and put it to the metal, and just get the job done, and then worry about it after you finish securing another job. Because if you don't, man, I hope somebody's there to help you get your back, because if not, it's going to be rough for you for a while. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments section. Is there any other steps that you would like people to look at, if they get alerted to that they're losing their job? And, put it down in the comments section, and be on the lookout for more videos. All right, everybody. Peace.